Hello everyone, it's April, and today I want to talk to you about breathing, in particular the UJJAYI breath, and why it's important not just for yoga, but in other situations that you can use in your everyday life. This segment is brought to you by Looney Legs, which made these fabulous fun leggings that I'm wearing today. So we'll go ahead and get started. So I encourage you to start in a comfortable seated position. So comfortable for you might be sitting back on your heels, it might be sitting on a pillow or a block, it might be sitting cross-legged. Whichever is comfortable for you is what you're wanting when you're breathing. So sitting up nice and tall. So let's say you decide you want to sit with your legs crossed, and that's fine. But then you notice that you're kind of slouching a little bit and you're suddenly having really bad posture, and it's difficult for you to find that lengthening in your spine, which might be your hips are a little tight. Change your position. Or like I said, put that pillow underneath you or a block underneath you, and that's going to help a lot with your breathing. So you're sitting up tall, shoulders down and back, relax your shoulders, and then we're going to think about our breath. So think about in everyday life, we breathe in and out all day long, thousands of times without any thought. And that's great, good that we don't have to think about our breathing. But in yoga and other situations, maybe something stressful or you're angry, tense, even in the dentist chair, that's one of my favorites where I like to use my UJJAYI breath to help calm me down. You do have to think about your breath. So after you're sitting up nice and tall, I want you to put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly. Close your eyes and just think about your breath for a moment. Breathing in and out through your nose. So you can feel your heart beating against your hand. And you can feel your belly rising and falling with your breath. So you may notice, just in these few short breaths, that it's already calming, making you a little more centered. And if you're getting ready to practice yoga, this is clearing your mind for your yoga practice. Or, as I mentioned earlier, this might be a great way to help you relax and unwind before you go to bed. Or if you just had a stressful day at work or with your children, this is a good way to help take away some of that stress. So let's bring our arms back down to our hands to our knees. Open your eyes again. And now I want to talk a little bit more about that UJJAYI breath in particular and what it feels like and sounds like. So sometimes you'll hear instructors say that it's a breath of, sounds like a Darth Vader breath. You might hear that it's using the back of your throat. Analogy I've liked to use is that it's almost that feeling as if you were trying to yawn with your mouth closed. So one way I like to teach this type of breath is to start with your mouth open, and you'll close your mouth halfway during your breath. So let me give an example. It's breathing in, breathing out, so ideally, that's where you start getting that feeling of using the back of your throat. And then you want to start using that breath during your practice without going in and out and panting. So let's try it. Open your mouth and breathe in. Close your mouth. Open your mouth, breathe out. Close your mouth. Do it again. Open. Close. Open, exhale. Close. Now try it with your mouth closed the whole time. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the difference? And And I will tell you, it does take a little practice, and that's why yoga is a practice. You don't just go in one day and learn it and perform and everything's good and you've got it. I actually practiced my breathing while I was driving around in my car until I felt like I finally had it. So now let's talk about what we do with that breath in our practice. A couple of things to think about is, one is if you're opening and lengthening, you're inhaling. If you're folding forward, you are exhaling. Something else you can think about is when you're preparing for a pose, you inhale. And when you're moving into the pose or showing some exertion, that's when you'll do your exhale. So I'm going to turn to the side and we'll do a little bit of a sun salutation so you can see how that breath is supposed to go while you're moving. So I'm starting with my hands in my heart, at my heart. So I'm starting with my hands at my heart. With an inhale, I'm going to lengthen and reach my arms up. With my exhale, I'm folding forward. Now for my half lift, I'm going to lift my spine and lengthen, so I'm going to inhale. And on my exhale, folding forward. So you get the idea. So now I'm going to prepare moving into my plank with my inhale. I'll move into my chaturanga with my exhale. Come back up with my inhale. And then I'll do it again. Exhale, lower down. This time, inhaling, coming into upward dog. So see how I'm opening my heart, getting that opening and lengthening. And then for my exhale, I'll move into my down dog. So again, this is something that takes practice. You don't just get it the first couple of times you do it. And I always like to remind people, this is why yoga is a practice, so that you keep doing it and it becomes more natural and it becomes something that it's just part of your everyday practice when you're doing your yoga. So lastly, I want to point out that there are reasons why this breath matters in yoga. It is one of the things that helps separate yoga from other activities, makes it more meditative. You also want to consider that if you lose control of your breath in your yoga and you find that you're panting or you're making this sound while you're practicing, you've lost control of your yoga. So think about that. Your breath and yoga are synonymous. You really do want to have control. And the best thing to do if you're in your practice and you find that you're panting and you've lost control, stop your pose, stop what you're doing, go back to that breath, close your eyes, think about what you're doing, and come back to that awareness. That's another big part of yoga, and the breath is going to help you achieve that. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel. Also, big thanks to Looney Legs for their fun and crazy leggings that make every pose look better. Have a great day.